Hello everyone and welcome to Gurung's classes. Today in class 10 EVS, okay, we are doing biodiversity. Okay, fine. Now, what is biodiversity? Fine. So the word itself explains bio and diversity. Fine. So diversity means variety. Okay, vividness. Okay, so different types. And bio means living organisms. So in the world, when different living organisms, okay, all together in a place, okay, is known as biodiversity. Now the question is, why is biodiversity important? Now, for example, even when you eat food on your plate, you must have seen what you eat is rice, chapati, okay, dal, sabzi, and pickles, and whatnot things are there. So, varieties of food are available. Now, why is that? It's because varieties of nutrients are needed for your body to function normally, to to grow your body normally, to function the parts of the for the different parts of the body, for the different organs of the body, systems of the body. Nutrition is needed, and that is why you eat is carbohydrate, fats, proteins, vitamins, minerals, raw fish, water. Okay, along with that you go and take bath of sun also. Your sun bath is also important, so if not, then you take external supply of vitamins also, minerals also, isn't it? Or you take as extra fortified foods also. So what are all these is because your body needs varieties. If you take only chapati, yes or no, a plate is there and you take suppose four chapatis, no sabji, no dal, no nothing, then that is not called a balanced diet. That is not called a nutrition diet. Why? It is because body not only needs carbohydrate, it needs other elements also, it needs other nutrition also. Then only the body can be a balanced body. Yes or no? Because the balanced food will give you a well balanced body, well growing body. Likewise, this earth also, in order to be balanced, okay, we have the organisms, living organisms, but not only one living organism is important. All different varieties of living organisms are important, from micro to macro, from small to big, from from monera to protista to fungi, plantae, and animalia. And even in animals also, different types of animals, two-legged animals, four-legged animals, flying animals, running animals, under the water animals, under the soil, under the ground, varieties of animals are there. Plants also, micro plants, macro plants, tall plants, big plants, small plants, medium plants, herbs, shrubs, trees, climbers, runners, creepers, all different types. Why? It's because each and every living organism, they have a particular role might be small role might be a very big role, but they have is a vital role to play for the normal functioning of the ecosystem, for the normal function of this biosphere. Each and every individual is a part of a food chain, is a part of an ecosystem. Either that ecosystem be a forest ecosystem, be an aquatic ecosystem, land ecosystem, terrestrial ecosystem, or be a pond ecosystem, a lake ecosystem, be a tree ecosystem, anywhere. But every individual have a role to play. So that is called a niche. Yes or no? Now, a frog is, suppose, or a rat is a mess to a farmer, because rat eats the grain but is a food to the snake. Again, the snake is poisonous to the human beings, we fear from snakes, okay, but again is a food to some other animals, for some other birds. So that means every organism are linked. So that is why, suppose we have is 100 elephants are there, that is not called biodiversity. Suppose 100 elephants and 100 birds are there, that also is not called biodiversity. Suppose there are 10 birds, 10 elephants, 10 fishes are there, or 10 crocodiles are there, or 10 zebras are there, 10 nocturnal birds are there, 10 terrestrial animals are. So all these are known as biodiversity. Okay, so everything is a integral, try to understand this, is an integral part of the ecosystem, is an integral part of the biosphere, is an integral part of the mother earth. Since we also are a part of this biosphere, so that is why each and every individual are linked with us and we are linked with them. Fine. So when we are exploiting the biodiversity, means we are breaking the link with them, means we are becoming secluded, we are getting away from them. Their numbers are dying, so is our future. Yes, sir, we are killing them. So are we killing our future generation is becoming dark. Why? Because that animal or that organism, that plant is linked with so many other ecosystems, and when that plant, then animal, that organism is extinct or is killed, all the food chain, all the ecosystem, and everything which is associated with it is affected. So that is why biodiversity is very, very important. Okay, but nowadays you all know very well, biodiversity is at an immense risk, is at an immensity. Animals are being killed, poaching is done, hunting is done. Yes, they've been killed. Okay, over you can say is overeating is also there, overgrazing is also there, and we've been polluting the world, we've been polluting the earth, we've been overutilizing the river water, we've been overutilizing the land resources, the fossil fuel. Okay, we've been utilizing the plants and the animals more than what should be. So we are exploiting the nature, because of which now the nature is unable to revive itself. Because of that, the biodiversity is diminishing every minute. We are losing animals, we are losing species, various species. Okay, so as I told you, every species has a distinct role to play. When we are losing them, it some way the other is affecting us, which we may not know, which we may not be able to see directly, but the indirect way it is being affecting us, it is affecting us. Okay, so that is why biodiversity is very important, but we are putting biodiversity at a risk. How? One is overpopulation. Because of overpopulation, demand rose. Okay, demand, it increased. Because of the increase in demand, we started becoming greedy, because there was a competition to survive, competition for fossil fuel, competition for resources, competition for food, competition for shelter. Yes or no? There is a fight over water, there is a fight over land, there is a fight over trees, there is a fight over fossil fuel. So in this process, in this fight, in this struggle for existence, we've become greedy and we have started cutting the trees. We have started, and when we cut a tree, single tree is a home for so many organisms, so many different types of animals, and even for plants also. Epiphytic plants are there. Yes or no? Bryophytes are also there. Algae could be found, isn't it? So that means pteridophytes are also there. So that means when we cut a tree, we don't only cut a tree, we are cutting an ecosystem, in fact. Okay, a home, a house for hundreds of birds, a house for thousands of microorganisms, a house for thousands of worms. Okay, and such trees are felled down every minute, every day, thousands and thousands. We human beings, we are responsible for that. So that is why the ecosystem, the biodiversity is at immense risk. Okay, so I have written here is because a common thing that you can see is, why are monkeys in the town, why are monkeys in and around your house, is because we monkeys, they are not in our territory. Actually, we have invaded their territory, we are in their land. Because beforehand, if you ask your ancestors, if you ask your grandparents, they definitely will say, long time back your house was not there, there was a jungle, and that jungle was cut down, and then humans made roads, railways, housing complexes. So that means it's not the animals who are encroaching our territory, it is us who have encroached their territory. And since the fruit or the fruit or berries or eatable things, plants are not no more in the jungle, now where will they go? Upon what will they depend? So that is why they have come towards the town in search of what? Shelter. In search of what? In search of food. In search of what? Security. In search of what? Water. That is why we are degrading. The use is habitat loss. Okay, we are cutting the forest, means habitat loss. We are making roads through the forest, is habitat loss. We are making railway lines, that is habitat loss. We are cutting the river and we are making dam, that is habitat loss. Okay, so and another is alien species invasion. So that means we are bringing new species, either genetically modified species are there or either foreign species, because there is a place whereby only certain animals are there or certain types of species are there, like A, B, C, D is there. We human beings, we went to that place and we introduced another species called Z. Because of Z, A, B, C, D is under threat now. Okay, so alien species invasion is also there. These are the reasons for loss of biodiversity. Huge population growth. Absolutely, it is population growth because of which, okay, there is huge demand for food, huge demand for shelter, and to fulfill that need, we are not caring about the ecosystem, the biodiversity, the animals, the plants. Okay, as a result, we are encroaching them. Since they cannot speak a word, since they cannot protest, so that is why we are taking advantage of that. Simple. But now the nature is paying back. We are paying back. The nature is giving us the answer. That is, biodiversity is at risk. And because of whom? Because of us, the human beings. And who is suffering now? Yes, we all are suffering. What is global warming? A result of biodiversity loss. Simple. Yes or no? What is climate change? It's a result of biodiversity loss. Fine. Okay. There is more demand for food, more pollution is there. Pollution, carbon dioxide is there, sulfur dioxide is there, hydrogen sulfide is there, ammonia is there, carbon monoxide is there. Okay. Ozone gases are there. All these chemicals, different chemicals are produced by cutting the trees. We make factories by cutting the trees. We make roads. Okay. Industries, this and that. Animals, plants, species, ecosystems, they all are under threat. Okay, because of whom? Because of us. Fine. So here, man, the super consumer. Yes or no? So that is why time and again I have told my students, please watch the movie I, Robot. There's a movie called I, Robot by Will Smith, whereby the robot is there, and then the robot, it is the story of the future, of human beings, whereby a time will come whereby human beings will be totally dependent upon robots, and robots will be helping the human beings. But robots will be governed by 3 laws. That one of the law is robots, they always have to follow the command of human beings. They have to protect the human beings, and they have to protect the human beings from those, okay, who is a threat to the human beings. So at last, robots, they start, they go against the human being only. Okay, and actually, robots are in the movie. Robots are, the robots are governed by an artificial intelligence. So later on, they come to know that to the human beings or to the nature, the greatest threat is human being only. So that is why they start capturing human beings. Yes, we actually are the greatest threat to the nature. We, okay, there's a nice scenery, there's a nice hill. After within 10 years, you'll not see the hill. You will see the hill, but the scene is not, the beautification is not there. You'll see something else. Okay, so that means land is not there. So land, the air, not only the infertile land, arable lands, wetlands, everything are been encroached, and constructions are done, and we call them as development. I think that is development, but towards our extinction. That is, we are moving towards the eradication, the extinction, degradation of our life. Definitely, our future generation will be in trouble with the pace that we go. That is why, we have this Kyoto Protocol. Fine. Anyways, so the impact of man's action on earth resources. What is happening? Because of us, what is happening? What is the earth suffering from? Earth is suffering from pollution. Yes, pollution is there. Whether water pollution, soil pollution, noise pollution, yes or no? Or you have is, air pollution is also there. Water pollution is there. Noise pollution. Land pollution is also there. Clean water pollution is also there. Yes or no? The underground water also is polluted. It's mixed with arsenic. It's mixed with, mercury. Okay, and then human beings are suffering from diseases, and not only that, animals are also been suffering because animals drink the same, the water. The agriculture is also been affected because of various types of pollution. And who is the main cause behind this? It's the human beings. We. Okay, so and next is overpopulation. We've been, The population has been doubling every 30 years now, and India is on the race of becoming first. Yes or no? Fine. Because of that also, one of the reason behind coronavirus and it's fast increase in India is overpopulation, whereby laws also they find very difficult to control this huge population. Deforestation. Yes, we cut the trees. Growing a tree, that big fat thick tree, takes 30, 40, 50 years. Cutting that tree takes only a minute. It takes only a minute. Yes or no? So it is man's action on the earth resources because of which the biodiversity is at loss. Climate is changing. Yes, you see it's rainy season, it doesn't rain properly. You see winter, there is no proper cold. You see summer season, there is rain. You see autumn season, you see something else. There is a total imbalance in the weather pattern also, in the climate also, in the rainfall pattern also, in the amount of rainfall. Somewhere it was not raining, it rains there. Somewhere there never used to be flood, it floods there. Somewhere there never used to be the temperature never used to rise, the temperature has raised. So it's all climate change. Soil erosion has taken place, definitely. Because all the trees are being cut, there is no any entity to hold back the soil. Because of it, soil is eroding. Global warming, I told you, floods, landslides, and the undrinkable waters, underground water also has been are poisoned. Fine. So it's the man's action because of which the nature and the natural resources are being under threat. So why do we need to be concerned about biodiversity? My God, goodness. We need to be concerned about biodiversity. If we are a part of biodiversity. If we do not care about biodiversity, then tomorrow, suppose you live in a house. If you don't care about your house, then where will you live tomorrow? Your house will be dirty. You need to clean your house. You broom your house. You wash your house. Yes or no? You keep your rooms clean. You throw all the waste outside. You manage your house. Why? Because you know that house is the place where you live in. So likewise, earth is the place where we live in. Earth is our house. Earth is the home where we live in. We cannot leave earth and go somewhere else. Maybe in the nearby future that comes. But till that, we need to care about the biodiversity, because earth is a place, which is immense in different types of resources. And that resources God has given to us. But we are overutilizing it. We are overexploiting it. We are degrading it. Because of that, the various, problems are being created. Fine. So that is why there is a need to be concerned, because if we do not take care of the biodiversity, then the food chain will be affected. Then the ecosystem will be affected. Land will degrade. Ecosystem, if will degrade, it will collapse. If ecosystem collapses, there will be extinction of species. When that species extincts, when this species extincts, when this species will extinct, then definitely we also one day will extinct, because we all survive upon them. We all are dependent upon these organisms. Because of these microorganisms. Suppose if I say, how I owe my existence to an earthworm, definitely I am dependent upon earthworm, because earthworm, if does not burrow or make hole in the soil, then the soil will not become fertile. How do I owe an existence to honeybee? If honeybees would not be there, then earth would die within a year only, because they are the greatest pollinators. Yes or no? So I am dependent upon each and every organism, but since they cannot speak, since they cannot revolt, since they cannot protest, because of that we are taking advantage of them. So if this man's greedy, the greediness or this selfishness act continues, then definitely one day biodiversity will be totally eradicated. At that time, earth will be no longer will be a place to survive in. Ecosystem will collapse. There will be no food, the health and its quality will deteriorate. Our life will come to an end. So that is why, if we want to continue our life in the best possible ways, then we need to take care of biodiversity. So please start from today, from now onwards only. So dear students, thank you very much. Thank you.